One of the reoccurring themes on my YouTube channel is the fact that when you're mixing or mastering music, you should trust your gut and try to make all of the moves as quickly as possible. The reason being is if you get hung up on doing one thing for too long, you lose perspective of what your gut instinct reaction was to that song. And when you do that, you start doing weird stuff to your mix, and before long, it sounds worse than what it did before. So in this video, I'm going to try to master a song in 5 minutes. And I have a timer going, and so I'll be racing the clock to try to make the best decisions for this song so you can see that it doesn't really take that much time to really make a big improvement on a mix. And I really hope that after I master it, it sounds better. Hey, what's going on YouTube? My name is Bobby Balo, and I'm the mixing and mastering engineer at Raytown Productions. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining me today. Be sure to hit that subscribe button because I drop new videos every single week that's going to help you level up the quality of your music. And as a special thank you for you spending your time with me today, I have a free gift for you. So if you head over to the description, you'll see that I have a link to download my favorite free mixing and mastering plugins guide. This guide has tons of the best plugins that I've found out there that are totally free, and it covers every type of plugin out there so that if you're looking for something new to try or just need some inspiration, that guide is going to definitely be a lot of help for you. All right, the song today is by a band called Signal's Origin, and this was recorded and mixed by my good friend Greg Fender. So I'll leave links to both the band and Greg's portfolio in the description if you want to go and check them out or support them. All right, I'm going to go set this timer for 5 minutes. And then I'm going to do my best to master this song as quickly as possible and not leave any steps out so you can see what it looks like from start to finish. All right, timer's going. First thing, we need to make sure that we get rid of any extra audio that isn't going to be in the final recording. So let's clean up the beginning, add a quick fade. Cool. Go to the end, make sure our fade out looks good. Perfect. All right, that's the first step. Now let's listen to this song and see if we notice anything in terms of tonality. Immediately, I hear something that sounds kind of harsh. So let's do a little Fab Filter EQ here. Yep, right there. You can see it in the Spectrum Analyzer. And I like to add a little dynamic band back up to bring the transients back. Let's clean up the low end. If you have a sub, you can probably hear that. There's a lot of rumble here. We don't really need that. Something else we can try to do is let's clean up the sideband. And I'm going to change this to natural phase to not mess up any of the phase that we have. It's a good idea. I don't think there'll be a lot of pre-ringing, so we're just listening for side information. So there's a lot of guitar cabinet resonance in there. And using this side EQ technique is going to clean that up. So this is basically the same thing as monoing our bass below about 100 hertz. Cool. I think it's actually sounding pretty good. I want a little bit more movement. I'm going to use a SSL style compressor by Waves. I like this one. It's a VCA based compressor. So we're going to open up the attack, let the kick come through. That feels good. Going to reduce the threshold so we're only taking 1 or 2 dB. I just want a little movement. Still kind of honky to me. And the side has a little bit too much like aggression and like the 3700 hertz in my ears. It's a little cloudy right here. Let's add a little sparkle by putting a bell here. Let's go all the way up to like 30K. And I like to just make a nice wide Q and then raise this up, and it'll just take the top end sheen up. Okay, let's get some volume. We're down to like a minute and a half. Oh man, this is nuts. Fat filter, we'll throw a limiter. But I like to clip beforehand, so let's do that. The clipping is good to do to knock down transients for the drums so that it doesn't hit the limiter as hard. And let's make this a harder clipper. Not completely hard, maybe like 98%. Again, I just want to see this dancing on the transients. All right, let's pull up this limiter. I like to unlink the transients. If you hold Alt and push this up, it'll auto compensate for gain so we can find the sweet spot. Let's change this to aggressive. Like right there. Put the gain to 0.02. That's good for CDs. And we have time for one more move, so I'm just gonna do oh man. Let's use wave center and try to fix the stereo image a little bit wider. Like 0.5 dB. Man, it's still a little harsh. Let's throw soothe on there. And then that's gonna be our last move. Delta to hear it. And that's it. That's it. That was nuts. Let me take this off Delta and just throw it at 60%, I guess. That's mastering a song in 5 minutes. What I'm going to do now is we're going to listen to the song and bypass what I did to see if there was a noticeable improvement in the quality. So let's get this started. Here we go. This is the original. Sounds huge. Man, I'm impressed that it sounded that good in 5 minutes. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, this is a BS example. It's not volume matched, and I agree. Right now, I'm cheating because my mastered version is significantly louder than the unmastered. So let me come into the final limiter. I'm just going to bring this volume down and gain match the original sound so we can hear without human bias if it actually improved the objective quality of the song. So that's what I'm gonna do now. So let me just turn this down. All right, I think I got it level matched. All right, so let's give this another shot. Here we go. In my completely biased opinion, I think the mastering does do the song a lot of justice. The unmastered version is a little bit pinch sounding and a little bit harsh. And that's fine. That's typical for mixes to come in. And usually anytime you're trying to add a lot of level or volume to a song, you're going to make things start sounding a little bit harsh. So you have to go in and dig some of that stuff out. And I think we did a good job with the EQ choices we made. So what did you think of the results from my 5-minute master challenge here? In my opinion, it's pretty convincing that in 5 minutes, you really can do a good job. And part of that reasoning is that when you're moving that quickly, you don't lose your perspective on the mix. You identify the problems right away, and then you react to them and you move on. And so you're hitting the biggest problem areas without going too into the weeds where you start sacrificing the overall feel of the song. So let me know in the comments below what you thought of the before and after mastering. Did you also think it was an improvement? Or do you think I really need to spend like another half hour working on this? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop them below. I also want to remind you to not forget to go and download my favorite free mixing and mastering plugins. Again, I have a link to that in the description. I want to thank you so much for your time and attention today. My name is Bobby Balo, and I hope to see you in another video.